Hello, how's it going, everybody? Good evening. Happy Wednesday. Just kidding. Happy Hump Day. Nah. I hope you guys are having a good evening. I know some of you guys are getting off work. Some of you guys are probably going to work. Some of you guys are still on shift right now, um, or if you're just chilling at home. But I wanted to say good evening and hope you guys are all doing well. Um, just checking in for the Wednesday night chat. Going to be basically winging this one again as well. Going through different topics. Like I said, the more viewers I get, or the more people that watch and give me suggestions, then we'll go off into different subjects. But more or less, it's going to be like I guess what I want to talk about, and my opinions, what how I feel. Me getting my stuff out. So one thing I wanted to talk about, I guess, to start was some stuff on Netflix. I guess that I've been watching, just random stuff. I don't know how it is with you guys, but me, I can't really watch movies now. It's hard to sit through a whole 1.5 hour, 2 hour movie. I usually don't finish them. I'll hop on the phone or turn something else on. I have like um, my attention is not that great right now, and I think it's like that for a lot of people. Though. It has to do with their diet and cell phones and social media, the dopamine and all of that, our whole system, endocrines and all that. But yeah, I can't get through movies too often. But one guy I wanted to talk about was Bo Burnham. He's like a comedian and a musician or an artist. He makes like comedy music movies. He has one on Netflix that's called Inside. I believe, yeah, it's called Inside by Bo Burnham, and he has a that special's pretty cool. Came out right around COVID or right after COVID happened. I think it came out like the next year or something. I really liked it then, but I watched it again recently because I don't know, I just threw it on. It was pretty dope. It has a good. He always has a pretty good message in it, and he talks about a lot of stuff. There's a song where he talks about the economy in the world and how it works, and he sings about being locked down during COVID and all that. And I think he's about my age. He's got to be the same age as me or around there, at least 89, 90, or 91. I was born in 91, but yeah, that's a good one. It's called Inside. He even has a song that I seen on YouTube not too a while back, where he's talking about being an addict and being addicted to attention, and he talks about how we worship celebrities or something. It's a pretty funny song. He's a really talented musician too. He plays the piano and make produces beats and songs and directs too. Because I think he wrote and directed that whole Inside movie, which is on Netflix right now. It's called Inside by Bo Burnham. It's a really good one. Um, what else have watched on Netflix? Some of the stuff that I've been throwing on. Oh, I just watched The Jerk. That's a classic movie. Old school movie. My dad put me onto it when I was little, but it's with Steve Martin, and it's called The Jerk. It's on Netflix right now. It's from like the 70s or 80s. It's an old movie, at least the early 80s. And Steve Martin is he's raised in like the South with a black family. I forgot how he ends up with them, but he's raised by a black family in the deep South. So it's like it's funny as hell because he basically identifies as a black guy, and it's funny the interactions he has, and like it's a hilarious movie. He's kind of like, how would you say, like dim or not dim, like he's just kind of dim-witted, so like he he doesn't realize stuff going on, like when he loses his virginity and all that. He's all like innocent, and it's funny as hell. He writes letters back home, and he's talking about his special purpose because that was what his mom told him. That was down there. She was like, "This is your special purpose, and one day you'll find out what it's for." And he wrote his mom a letter back saying, "I finally found out what my special purpose is for." And he said some other stuff. It's hilarious. But yeah, The Jerk, Steve Martin classic, Bo Burnham, Inside. Um, I already talked about this stuff, but I was Once for Warriors. I would highly suggest people go see that. You could order it from like Zia Records or something like that. Once for Warriors, classic movie, the Sublime album. George Carlin. He's a cool comedian. He has a really good clip of one of his HBO specials called "Dumb Americans," and it's on YouTube. And it's exactly what it's the title speaks for itself. It's about dumb Americans, and it's pretty good. Let me see. Yeah, Bill Hicks, and oh, another good artist is Mike Posner. Mike Posner is a really good artist. I like all types of stuff, though, all types of movies and music. Um, the main music or the stuff that I grew up liking was rap and rock and reggae and stuff like that. Right now, I listen to a plethora of stuff um, personally because of my family, and but my what I really like is probably like rap, old school rap, a lot of some new stuff, but I like more like kind of like the I guess you would call it gangster street rap where they're talking about like, exaggerated things, kind of like movies, but like Quentin Tarantino style, like talking about robberies and stuff like that. I like Project Pat a lot. But you name it, honestly, Mac Dre. I listened to Tupac heavily a lot as a youngster. System of a Down's good, but I forgot what I was going to go on to next. Um, Definitely a lot of breaking stuff. It's kind of it's basically like how would you say, like, not even interesting at this point now. People are kind of not defeated but exhausted, maybe not overwhelmed but just a little exhausted and a little tired, sick and tired of being sick and tired. No, but yeah, I kind of feel the same way, but definitely I think it still needs to be talked about, just the stuff going on. It has to be repeated, and um, we have to continue to spread information and knowledge and put pressure where we can, apply pressure. I don't get active. I can't vote for sure, but I know that you're able to call senators and and tell them you don't want certain legislation to pass, and your Congress people, I believe. Definitely, I would definitely urge that. I don't know any of the information, but I'm sure it's an easy, quick search. But I would definitely encourage it. Like with the new budget bill, I just seen it was just like a little clip or an ad from Sam Cedar where he was talking about this reporting that in the new budget bill they're trying to pass, like, I guess there's a clause in there that would make impeaching Trump or getting him like so like a judge or getting him charged with stuff like that, he basically will give him immunity. So I don't know how true that is, but I'm sure it is. The laws that are passed are thousands of pages written by multiple lawyers and that deal within laws all the time, and I'm sure it's just legal gobbledygook. Just not, it's just wording a bunch of words that just tells them, yeah, we're gonna do everything that we can. We're gonna extract, we're gonna deplete, we're gonna just all those good things the corporations do. But yeah, definitely I would encourage to call. I don't know, that budget bill I believe passed the House, and I think it still has to pass the Senate. Um, they may do it. I mean, hopefully not. From what I understand, it's going to be super bad if they do pass it. it's a it's like gonna affect everybody that's like making someone like everybody at the poverty line and below around 50,000. They're all gonna get net negative. The only people that's gonna benefit is like the top 10%. Bernie Sanders, his YouTube channel, he just did a post about it. There's clips of him testifying at congressional hearings and where he puts that information out there, and the fact that it's not blasted every day on our mainstream media, the stuff that older people have access to, or just people that don't have internet or that don't have access to search like that. It should be plastered everywhere. It should be spread, that information. um yeah, the latest thing though I think was the Iran stuff. So, I guess Israel. which, I mean, I'm not an expert, but they sound like, well, they're a colonial. They're what, like a lot of countries. France, I believe, has still got its grip on Africa. A lot of countries still have their hands on Africa. Um, Israel is a colonial state. They're colonizing Palestinian land. I guess they have been for decades. There was like a war, like they started to take it over in the 50s, backed by the UN, and they slowly whittled down Palestine to a literal strip of land called the Gaza Strip, from what I understand. Then there's even this girl. There was a Louis Theroux documentary where he spoke with her. She calls herself the godmother of the colonial the colonists or something like that. She literally calls herself a colonist, or however you say it. She's openly admitting, and there's videos of Israeli people, like they go in there and then they're like waving their flag, and they're young people. Like a lot of the young people in Israel support what's going on, and which it's basically a genocide, from what I understand. I heard that they're blocking the UN from sending food to them. And just the other day, they like shot up a bunch of people with tanks and killed like 50 people. So definite nightmare fuel stuff that's going on today by our government, stuff money that we're sending to them. So it's definitely not good. Um, so shit. While Israel is doing that, Israel just attacked Iran, and I guess Iran has always been on the brink, or they may have nuclear weapons. They have the capabilities to build it. I'm not sure of the background of that. Pretty sure it's maybe their land or something. I had heard Afghanistan has lithium or something. I'm not sure how true that is, but yeah, they probably have their capabilities. But there's like 90 million people there, and they're their own country. We already did a coup over there, a United States backed coup in the 50s as well. We put in a dictator, a puppet dictator that was a ruler for like 20, 30 years, I believe. I'm not sure if that's correct, but sick stuff, American stuff, the rich and powerful stuff, war lobby. Wars have been going on forever. Um, and so, yeah, I guess Iran was attacked by Israel. Israel did a strike on them, basically, which is illegal. I don't believe you could just strike an enemy unprovoked and kill hundreds of people. So Israel attacked Iran. Iran attacked back, and Trump had to conjecture or jump in, whatever the word is. He had to put in his little 2 cents, obviously, the egomaniac that he is, and flirting with a war, another war. But I also seen something else recently that said that we've been in at least one or two wars every year, some kind of proxy war or troops on some kind of ground. Or we've been doing wars forever. And I'm sure you guys have heard the name, the military industrial complex. It's probably so many names. Palantir is probably the latest one. They're a surveillance company. Named after the orb from Lord of the Rings, the evil orb that Sauron looks through. Which, come on, man! And then the guy looks like Sideshow Bob, the CEO. He's like looks like a cartoon villain, easy to break and fold. Who else? Boeing. There's all kinds of Lockheed Martin, all these companies that build bombs and weapons of mass destruction, literally. That's what's fueling all of these wars. That's how they get the money or whatever. I don't know the ins and outs, but we send billions to Israel for them to kill people and and commit genocide. In 2025, June 18th, 2025. Let me make sure I'm correct. But yeah, they get to kill people and slaughter people and act like they're civilized. It's pretty disgusting and sick. Especially our country being complicit, and the fact that a lot of people don't know that. But yeah, the Iran stuff, Trump talking about going in, and I think he said that he needs to do an unconditional surrender. And that's why I said earlier on the last video, he definitely has a team where they got cohesion, where they're talking about what they're gonna say and how they're gonna say it. This old loser is not up. at 2 in the morning dropping these tweets. His team is, and yeah, he told them unconditional surrender. He puts it on Troth Social. That's what he called it. Shout out to David Pakman. This guy is just, yeah, he's complete idiot in my opinion. Um, and the people around him. So yeah, they're flirting with another war, and from what I'm seeing, it's all over. It's another little anxiety point, another little hit for America. So obviously no, and dumb answer, not wrong answer, wrong again. That why would we want to be in a war? But it may fall on deaf ears. But I mean, if you hear this, I mean, come on, have some humanity. So yeah, I mean, the Iran stuff's going on. There's been a lot of updates. There's so many things that they're doing also, which I've heard is their strategy. The shock and awe, like Iraq, the illegal war that we committed. We bombarded them with so many bombs, like initially to make the enemy check out, make them nope. Basically it caused so much distress and chaos and panic and damage that it'll just demolish them. And I believe that's their strategy. I don't know if it's like the part of the 2025 project stuff or what, but it's blatant. All the executive orders, all the recent pardons. That's definitely something I want to get to. But yeah, he's just a corrupt individual. Um, Straight up mafia dude. He could probably get people touched, but he's a coward. All the people around him that are like him and support him are as well. So yeah, the I guess too also there's some auto pen stuff going on. They're gonna investigate Biden for using the auto pen, which Donald Trump himself admitted weeks ago that he uses too. So like he didn't even think he was gonna get hit with that question, or the people around him. Like these people aren't smart, they don't think. And forget the auto pen. Trump pardoned. He just pardoned. Who did he pardon? He pardoned all 21st century felon congressmen. Basically, most or all of them. All 20 the felon congressmen of the 21st century. He pardoned all of them. Um, Republicans probably, maybe even Democrats. He pardoned somebody who donated millions of dollars to his campaign. He pardoned a sheriff who supports him. I forgot what that sheriff did, but it was some corrupt stuff. It might have been money. He pardoned uh, a mega, like somebody who donated $1 million. He pardoned their son, who was a tax cheater or evader or something. So yeah, it's just corruption. He's probably gonna pardon Diddy. He pardoned famous people too, Lil Wayne, I think Kodak Black, and I'm certain they paid a fee. I mean, ain't nothing free. Probably paid a ticket, like $1 million. So yeah, it's just straight up corruption. If you're on the good end of it, I mean, I would want to be out of jail too. But yeah, that dude's corrupt. That dude's definitely corrupt. That has no business in power. And so yeah, the but aside from that, like I said, another anxiety hit for people. Definitely want to have a peace of mind. Um, it's hot. It's getting hot out here in Phoenix, but I would suggest going for a walk, breathing. Taking your time. There's definitely a lot of stuff going on, but I would still recommend staying informed always, and staying informed and just being diligent. Because if you're not informed, you could just fall for anything, right? What do they say? If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything. So yeah, I think I would recommend to always remain informed. Let me see here. I'm trying to think what's a good topic to go over. I can't think of any right now. I'll probably just end this live for now, but I hope you guys do have a good evening. Um, I'll probably try to go live again here soon before Sunday. That way, just so I can check in and get some of this off my chest and speak to people, or put this out there. Not speak to people, but put this out there. And yeah, try to cultivate a community and just inform, educate, and involve and hold active discourse. And I hope you guys have a good evening. I hope you guys are just chilling. Have a good week, and I'll try to check in with you guys real soon here. Thank you.